Hi. So I wanted to do some content about law school in general, being a lawyer. There isn't too much of that information out there. There's a lot more information now than there was in the past about being a lawyer and also going to law school. So I wanted to kind of share and impart some of the wisdom that I learned. If I was going to law school today, in this economy and just in general, I would make sure that either one, I had a scholarship, or two, I had a solid ironclad plan, meaning a job lined up either because your family are attorneys or you know some attorneys that have, agreed to give you internships and opportunities, connections in general, and money. I would make sure I would have one of the four things there or all, to be honest. When I graduated in 2007, the job market for attorneys during the financial crisis was in complete free for all. It was the first time when there were really not enough jobs for the amount of attorneys that were graduating. Because in the early 2000s, law schools ramped up. There were a lot of law schools opening, or just enrollment just kind of exploded, particularly around the time that there was another recession in 2002, 2003 that coincided with 9/11 and the aftermath. So a lot of us went back to school and got a law degree. You obviously need a bachelor's degree, then you get your law degree, which is another 3 years. So bachelor's degree is 4 years, attorney is 3 years, at least in the U.S. Foreign lawyers is another story for another time. But it's about 7 years of school, and then you have to take a bar exam in the state you want to practice in, or these states, because you can do multiple days in different states to be licensed in those states. So yeah, it is a journey. It is definitely a commitment. It's 7 years of schooling in the U.S. And additional testing, and you may have to get tested in multiple states if you want to be barred in other states. It takes a while to waive into some states, and some states are unwaivable, like California, which is a big ticket item. So that being said, again, if I was going to law school today, I would make sure I either had connections, a job lined up, and or a job lined up, money, because you're going to need it. You're not able to kind of work when you're in law school, especially if you're going full time. You will have to either take out loans, or you will have to have someone kind of help you financially while you're in school. And then the bar exam will cost money. Your books will cost money, your cost of living. It's just really entirely very expensive. My law school was a state school, although I was out of state and never able to get in-state tuition, though despite my second and third years maintaining a residence and driver's license in that state. It is very expensive. My school was $20,000 out of state tuition. There are higher level, higher tier schools that are somewhere upwards of, like, you're talking about George Washington, NYU, Columbia, University of Chicago, whatever it might be, that's in the top 25. They are about 30,000 or above. And that's another aspect of it. If you don't get into a top 25 school, I wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. You will end up paying so much in loans, and you will be passed up. The people in the top 25, top 50, I'll be gracious and say top 50 schools, they get the first pick opportunities. They get recruited for the larger firms or for the companies. There's a lot of kids that are going straight in-house instead of having to go to work at a law firm first, which I think is kind of backwards. But either way, there's opportunities out there now that there weren't previously, but the job market is still tight. The job market is very, very tight. It might even be tighter than 2007. In fact, I think it's worse than 2007 at present moment. Even with after 2 decades of experience, it's really difficult. And that's another topic for another day as well. Which career path to take. But I would really think about these things before considering to go to law school. Don't just go just because you want to be a lawyer. You can be rich and have a lawyer. Most rich people or most successful people pay lawyers. The most successful people are not lawyers. So keep that in mind. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great one. Bye.